I remember sitting down to pay my bills one month, right after I got paid, and I just felt crushed. Everything got paid. Lights were on, the fridge was full, but there was nothing left. And I couldn't explain it. I wasn't broke, so what was I? Here's what I told myself at the time. I just need to make more money. Get the raise, get the promotion, start a business, find another income stream. So I bought courses on dropshipping. I bought crypto. I bought NFTs. That money would have been so much better sitting in an index fund. But here's the real problem. More income doesn't fix this. It just recreates it at a higher price. Look, a new job, better salary, nicer apartment, newer car, more eating out, because you earned it. It's the same feeling at the end of the month, just with bigger numbers. That's not an income problem. That's a structure problem. And it's fixable, but not in the way that you probably think. Because it never happens all at once. Nobody sits down and decides to make their life expensive. It happens in upgrades. You get a nicer apartment because you got promoted and you deserve a slightly bigger place without roommates. A newer car because the old one felt a little embarrassing and it was starting to make some weird noises. A specialty gym because the regular one has a bunch of grunting people, and maybe you need to start doing high rocks or soul. And then you get the expensive lunches because you work hard and you earned a treat, and none of those feel wrong in the moment. They feel like progress. Everybody else is doing it. But then one day you look up and almost every dollar you make already has somewhere to go before you even see it. Let me tell you a little story. I had a comic subscription for books that I barely read. A lot of times I would open it up and they would go straight into a long box. I was spending over $100 a month on Lego because I needed to relax. I was buying hobby items, courses, and gear. And I remember the moment I realized something was off. I was more excited to open the package than I was to actually use what was inside the package. The Lego sets sat unbuilt. The courses went unfinished. The stuff just started piling up and it became suffocating. I wasn't buying things, I was buying the feeling of having things. And that is an expensive habit that looks completely normal from the outside. And then there's the part that makes all of this so much harder. The people around you. And that's why it seems normal, right? Your friends are suggesting dinner at that new spot. Family members with new cars, new bags, new everything. Your whole feed showing you what the next thing should be, what the next thing you should get is. I know someone who works a demanding job, long days, high stress. By the time the day is done, the last thing you want to do is cook, right? So they order food or they go out because they've seen 12 new restaurants on TikTok this week. And honestly, they deserve a treat. And they do, right? But that's happening 4 or 5 times a week. And it adds up to hundreds of dollars a month. That never look like a big purchase because it never was one purchase. It wasn't one at a time. And that's the trap. It's not the one big thing. It's the 50 small things that all feel completely reasonable on their own. And you're not weak for feeling that pull. That's just the environment. But the environment is expensive and you're the one paying for it. Now here's the thing. And I want you to really hear this, okay? The small stuff adds up. But the big stuff determines everything. Your housing and your car are the 2 decisions that will do more damage to your finances than every latte and dinner combined. If your rent or mortgage is eating 40 to 50% of your take home, no amount of budgeting the small stuff will save you. If you're carrying a $600 car payment on a car you bought to feel a certain way, or so people at a stoplight look at you and give you, a nod and a peace sign, that's $7,200 a year that could be going somewhere completely different, like your Roth IRA. I moved to a cheaper location a few years ago, and that one decision freed up more money per month than anything else I could have done. And I took that difference and I threw it at my car payment, an uncomfortable amount, more than what felt safe, because I could finally see a path to freedom. And I wanted out. For a long time, I thought the way out was winning something, or building something grandiose. Winning a lottery ticket, having a business that blew up, a raise that finally just fixed everything, getting to the director or the C-suite level. But that's not what happened. what happened was I learned something that honestly changed everything for me. I probably didn't need half as much money as I thought I did. I read a book called The Next Millionaire Next Door, and I found a TED Talk by a guy calling himself Mr. Money Mustache. Then I read his blog, The Shockingly Simple Math Behind Early Retirement. And there was another book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm sure you guys have maybe heard some of these things, and if you haven't, then definitely check them out. Something shifted once I read those, because for the first time, I could see that regular people, not lottery winners, not tech founders, regular people with regular jobs, were building real financial freedom, not by making more, but by spending less and investing the difference. In a few years, I went from barely anything saved to a number that genuinely changed what I thought was possible for my life. And it was done by index funds, maxed retirement accounts, a savings rate that scared me a little at first, but I took the leap. And the real goal wasn't a number, it was options. I wanted to be able to choose to stay home with my kids one day. Not because I had to go back to work, but because I wanted to. And that became possible, not because my income exploded, but because I stopped letting my lifestyle make every decision for me. So if you're sitting there right now, feeling like something is off, but you can't really call yourself broke, I want you to consider that maybe the word you're looking for isn't broke. Maybe it's expensive. Your life got expensive. Slowly, reasonably, one upgrade at a time. And the good news, it's actually good news, is that expensive is adjustable. Not overnight, not perfectly, but gradually. Maybe it starts with one subscription you cancel, or one dinner you cook instead of ordering, one purchase you wait 30 days on and realize you actually didn't really need or want that thing. Not because you have to, but because you're building towards something better. Space. Space to save, space to breathe, space to actually choose what your life looks like. Because here's what I know. You don't need to make more money to feel like your money is working. You need to stop paying for a life that was never really yours. If any of this hit, drop a comment and tell me what's the one expense that surprised you when you actually looked at your numbers. The one that you didn't think was that bad until you added it up. And if you want to know what the actual order that you should be doing things with your money, I made a video on that as well. Link over here, wherever the link pops up. Subscribe if you want more of this. New videos every week. I'll see you there.